Good morning. We are on the trail again, right down from the campground. We jumped on a Forest Service road, and this is Trail 333. From our understanding, it sounds like trails that start with 100s are more maintained and a little bit nicer and stuff. 200s may be about the same, but the 300s aren't as maintained at all. So we wanted to see exactly what they meant by that. So, like I said, we jumped on triple three here, and it doesn't seem that bad at all. Little bumpy, but there's nothing big that's difficult so far. But we'll keep you updated. We're back on the trail.
So land between the lakes sits on 170,000 acres of land, and to get around this area, there's about 465 miles of forest road system, and this includes about 150 miles of paved roads, 180 miles of gravel roads, and around 115 miles of natural service roads. So in this video, we're going to try to explain their numbering system on the Forest Service roads to help you navigate around land between the lakes. As I mentioned in the intro, we started our ride for the day at the Energy Lake Campground and headed south all the way to the southern border of land between the lakes. This ended up being about a 35-mile trail ride, so barely scratching the surface of what's offered at land between the lakes. On the Land Between the Lakes website, which we'll put a link in the description below, you can find all kinds of maps to download, from general visitor information maps and overview maps of the area, recreation maps. You can find motor vehicle use maps, and then also GIS files to download to input into whatever GPS system that you're using. So the Forest Service road numbering system at Land Between the Lakes consists of basically numbering the roads in 100s, 200s, 300s, and 400 roads. A good rule of thumb to remember is that the lower the number is, the more accessible and maintained that road is. So with that, Forest Service roads numbered in the 100s are fairly drivable. They're obviously a lot more maintained. They're gravel roads in the most case. Some of the 100s are actually paved. The ones that are gravel roads, they're sometimes 2 lanes wide, so you can have no problem with passing traffic. And you're going to find that these are very easy to travel on. When you get on a Forest Service road that's numbered in the 200s, you're going to start to see dirt roads instead of gravel roads. They're going to tend to be a little more narrower, but not to the point where we're scraping the sides of our vehicles with branches and everything. They're obviously less maintained, so you may find some washouts, some mud holes here and there, but they're still quite drivable, and you shouldn't have any problems on 200s. When you get into the 300 and 400 Forest Service roads, these are the type of roads that are more like Jeep trails because they're less maintained, less traveled on. So you're going to definitely see some overgrown, maybe some branches hanging into the trail itself. You're definitely going to find mud holes, washouts. It's highly recommended on 300s and 400s that you do have four-wheel drive, if not a little bit of high clearance, because you're going to find varying degrees of trail conditions in the 300s and 400s. Some of the 300s and 400s aren't that bad, but some of them are very washed out, and you're going to need to have that type of vehicle that's going to get through there. Just like with any area you're visiting, it's a great idea to stop into one of the ranger stations or the visitor centers and just talk to them and see, kind of figure out what your plan's going to be, and they can tell you what the trail conditions are going to be in that area. Obviously, there are some seasonal roads that are closed depending on the weather and hunting seasons. And then obviously, just like anywhere, if a gate's closed and it's locked, don't go around it, don't be cutting locks. We hope this video brought you some great information about the Forest Service road system around Land Between the Lakes, and we hope you get a chance too to go back and look at our camping video for Land Between the Lakes, because there's tons of camping there, and then also our video on the off-road park area in Land Between the Lakes at Turkey Bay. So until next time, go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to our channels to follow along with the adventures, and we hope to see you out there getting fresh air.